Going live.
Mind. You know what I mean? That's an honorable profession. Ask Boy Knudsen. Thanks for the $50. Welcome back. I miss John. No, he's Ojeda raising hell and melting earwax.
Shout out everybody.
I don't know what that means. Toucan Sam, I love your video. I'm going to be playing one of your videos today. Thanks for the $1. Toucan Sam, that's one of the videos I'm going to play you about the hypocrite known as the deuce payer.
Let me kind of highlight with that right there. You know, when I retired from the military, I spent 4 years in the classroom.
Hit like, hit subscribe. This might be the new show, everybody.
That started the teacher strike in 2018 that spread across the country. And the reason why that happened was because I spent 4 years in the classroom. When I retired from the military, I taught JROTC.
I want to thank all the new members that have joined.
Be like, well, that's not really a teaching job, but
you guys are fantastic.
We teach kids how to do military tactics. We teach kids how to be better citizens. We teach them how to get
American Cupcake, resolution, and Terry Nee.
There's a lot of things that we did. We were the ones that broke up all the fights and stuff.
David Chandler
basically would step in and try to get
welcome
to come to terms with their issues before they started throwing punches. But when you spend time in the classroom and you realize how hard teachers work, that's when, you know, it really becomes painful.
Hi, American Cupcake. He's a member.
Try to attack teachers who, you know, because once again, you can't create a lawyer or a doctor without a teacher. It's the most important.
Look at the new member right there. We got Wizard Nug too. Welcome.
That is most important that we treat with complete.
We are doing it.
But that's the thing is, you know, teachers.
Bill said he already threatened me a few times.
At a level that mirrors doctors, because at the end of the day, you know, if you know.
Why Army Major talks, please hit like, hit subscribe. Let's get the numbers up. Let's drive John fucking insane. He has no idea who's messing with. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, I'll let him do a show. I didn't say shit about him on Shuli's show, except he was a lot to deal with. So let's give him a problem.
Their physical activities.
You want to make me into an enemy? You want to make me into an enemy. When I said you were exhausting, that's all I said. Now you're coming from me. You're threatening me. You're a teacher. You're threatening my life.
By the time they're done with school, they still got to go home and grade papers and all this stuff. And by the time they put their head on the pillow, it's 11 o'clock at night and they're racked out and got to get up early the next morning and be at school before the kids are. So, you know, I mean, teaching.
First super chat of the day. Thank God you saw the light. F. Stuttering John.
And I think that, you know,
that Sweeb. Go in his chat room. Telling him I'm watching. I'm sniping.
Of, you know, great feeling that you get from when you realize that you are actually making a difference in kids' lives.
It's true. Great. Thanks for the $5. You owned Shuli last week. He's such a hack. That is true. I did own him. B-Kells, $12.96, $2. Any Nuki lately? I haven't. I'm sure Army Major has. He's a big stud. Snake Finger.
I'm a happily married man.
Holy shit, odds. Welcome to the Terradome.
Ian Hawk, thanks for $2. Mr. M, can I save the class in our next credit? Oh, come on now.
Oz, the fake super chat routine was hilarious. Well played. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That organically came together. John's an idiot.
It's always good, right? John, is there anything I can do to help you take down Chili? Please reach out to me anytime. Skull till he's gone. Welcome back, sir. Toucan Sam, I'm a big fan of yours. The recent one, I was going to ask you if you could, because I'm going to have to play for Army Major, but I'm going to have to hit the microphone so the N-word doesn't come out.
Just left John to came here. Chad face turn. Thank you, Midnight Mike. The Midnight Mike Show. I'm going to send the link to Tony Mazer so we can get some heat going.
This is the kind of people we're talking about. These are the people, and I'm going to show you some clips that are bleak.
Hey, Jason H.
But these
welcome.
Are the people that we're talking about. Army Major.
This wasn't a planned show. I just saw John talking shit about me, so I was like, we got to go live.
They've been arrested. They are not good people.
Yeah, but John, let me just say something. What you're saying right now is convincing some people to go watch just to see that happen. Don't give them that oxygen. You're better than this.
He's not going to take your advice.
Man. These motherfuckers don't deserve to friggin' daggone.
He's never going to listen to you. Trust me, Army Major.
No. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy of these people because they try and pretend they're all the, you know, they're these great great
Yes.
parents and great people, and yet
Literally 15 hours ago, he was sucking my dick.
talking about
I
what?
totally understand that, John. But here's the thing: it's taking your entire show. Fuck them.
I know.
Fuck them.
Listen, John Elder, thanks for the $2. Teachers deserve what they get off all summer. Yeah.
That's absolutely the worst mentality that you can have. Yes, do teachers deserve a break? Remember, I'm telling you right now, teachers on the weekends rarely have time to just really enjoy themselves, and a lot of them have their own families that they have to take care of.
Acid Dust, thanks for the $5. Hello, John. First time you here. I want to ask you what's your favorite episode of Ray's original No Pizza Show? I never seen.
Guys, hit like, hit subscribe.
All these,
Let's fuck with John. Let's fuck with him.
MGD, thanks for the $5. John, cut this baby keeler loose and let's laugh at Levy being an old spineless hack. Yeah.
Spencer K, $2. John really doesn't like you now. Isn't it funny? 15 hours ago, he was telling me how great I was and how hilarious. Now I'm a piece of shit.
Explanation of why it was okay. Hacker, I think the $2 Blind Mike Project supports Rich Ojeda. Good. Everyone should support the Army Major. Hey, Chad, why was it okay? Okay, so Army Major. Okay, so when I'm off now, in the summer, I go, you know, I know everyone's talking about me. Every show was dedicated to talking about me.
You got me, W.
I'm such a huge success, and they're not. So I go,
W man.
Let's make some money for the summer. Why not, right, Richard? Pay for a few lobster, crab leg dinners, and some filet mignons. Why not?
I've given this guy.
Kevin Brennan pays me $3,000 to do one show, Richard.
$1,300.
Then this guy that I showed you before. Oh, again, there's my hold on.
He's pulling up his Venmo.
Hold on.
He's trying to pull up his Venmo.
Where is it? Here, Army Major. Hold on.
Wants more money. Looking for his Venmo. There it is.
There's my Venmo, please.
There it is.
There's my Venmo.
Here's my Venmo.
If you wanna super chat, there it is.
Let me beat him in Venmo again.
Venmo there. Please, if you want to send it through, if you want to do the Venmo, do it right there.
You can go right through here.
But
Venmo,
anyway,
Chad Zumock, PayPal.
So I'm Major. So then this
I'm taking your money, John. I'm getting my money back from you. I'm getting my money back from you.
And asked me to do his show. Okay? So, you know me, Army Major. I say, why not? I'll do his show.
He forced me.
So he pays me $1,200 for 2 shows, Army Major, right?
$1,300.
So this guy right here,
there's my mugshot.
Credit card fraud. I mean, you name it. In a little while, I'll show you his police record. It's longer than a receipt from CVS. This guy asked me to do his show, and he's going to pay me $1,200. All right?
No, that wasn't the deal.
So, Richard, I
$500, then we split super chats.
In less than a week. Who's the winner here? $4,200 in less than a week.
Dick Fitzwell.
There you have it.
For those about to troll, we salute you, Chad. Fire.
Me. This is the criminal who's sniping me right now. Right after I do his show and we break bread, we're all cool, talking about doing comedy shows together. And what does he do? Last night, stabs me in the back, goes on these other shows just to trash me.
Just one show.
I mean, Major, like, how would you guys handle that kind of thing?
I said, the only thing bad I said about you, John, is you were exhausting. And by those comedy shows, you're the one who said, hey, we should do comedy shows. Reach out to BT and Captain Brian and get us some gigs.
That doesn't happen.
Bill Jersey, $5. Hi, Bill. He's a moderator. Army Major is threatening people in the chat. John said he better not run into you. So glad.
No, Richard, that's all this is about. That's why I'm doing this right now. I'm doing this show called the Hypocrisy Police to call out the hypocrites. That's what this is about right now, Richard. It's not about politics right now.
No, I understand, John. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you've got a lot of people that really enjoy your
And I'll
show.
go back to that, but not yet, Richard.
Yeah.
Now I want to call these assholes out.
Well, I will tell you, I mean, that's fine and that's okay. But I'm just telling you,
John, sorry for saying you were exhausting on Shuli's show.
It's
sorry, I said you were exhausting. I stand by it.
will
I really
turn us
do.
off.
And it's something
Who gives a shit about
like
that?
I said to your face, you're a girl.
I mean, they don't
You're a
like you
girl.
because they don't like the fact that you have been successful as a comedian, as
I'm so mad that he was successful as a comedian. I'm so mad that he's on a Howard Stern show.
They don't have
It's
to,
not because he called me all the time, wanted money, was mad that I was getting fake Venmos.
Don't give them a voice. I see people on here right now throwing stones at me, talking about my military service. I don't have to give a shit about what they think of my military service.
I sent a link to Tony
I
Major.
know what I've got. I know what I've done. They don't hurt my feelings when they talk about you're a traitor. And look, when Trump supporters get mad because I talk about Donald Trump. Look, if you think Donald Trump is a leader, that's on you. Donald Trump didn't do jack shit for this country except make America hate.
How are you bringing Donald Trump into the hypocrisy police? Why are you talking about politics right now? This has nothing to do with anything. It's about me going on Shirley's show, and somehow you're just wedging Donald Trump into it.
Get my rebuttal. I'm not going to go silent.
No,
that's not me.
John, let me tell you something.
John, why did you move to Florida if you're such a liberal? Why did you move to a blue state?
You're better than these people. And let me tell you something.
You don't know that.
But they want you to highlight their stones that they're throwing at
you. Right. I know.
Give them to them. Fuck them. If they want to super chat you, but don't give them oxygen.
So here, look at. Oh, that was American Cupcake. Hold on. Let me read that one again, Richard. Sorry. John get
Red State. Sorry, you're right.
As a guest, he hates Chad.
I meant Red State.
But I know what you're saying, Richard. It's also
listen, guys. I just popped on here. I honestly just popped on here because I heard what he was saying. I was coming back from the gym, and I was like, oh, I was just gonna see what he had to say. And of course, he went full nuclear because I went on Uncle Rico and I said he was exhausting. I told him about what he was doing behind the scenes. He had to go straight nuclear on me. Oz $4.99. There is no way John is washing that shirt every day. Not at all. Not at all. And I have boxes and boxes of the Zumock Manias.
Thanks for the $10.
Boxes.
Blinky Jedi. $2. Fake major stand with Ukraine. Will he enlist? He's not a fake major. See, that's what I mean. How the hell could they trash a guy who served this country, did 4 tours?
Because they're not.
Hey guys, let's get the word out there to annoy John any way we can to annoy him right now. He had to, of course, he had to go for full nuclear. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but of course, I got burned. Hit like.
Multiple years fighting in combat. Have you?
Tell him in the chat.
They can scream that bullshit all they want. It don't matter to me.
That I was just rushed to the hospital. Say in the chat that Chad was just rushed to the hospital and see what he does. See if there's any empathy. Tell him Chad was just rushed to the hospital on his live stream.
Jessica, who? I don't know what you're talking about.
Not a bad idea, Polar Bear.
Someone thinks you're creepy. Someone does. Mohammed Taha takes for 2 hours. Review any Stern roast. Shirley was
Spaghetti to John. I honestly, all I said is he was exhausting on Shirley's show and about how he tried to work money out of me.
Roasty bombs.
And how he was upset that I made fake Venmo money.
Just shut up.
Hit like.
Not reading that.
Yeah, I miss putting shoes on their feet. I miss providing them with warm clothing to get through the winter. Yeah, that's what I miss.
Thank you. Jim Larison, he was an old fan from us, Richard. Glad you're back, John, with the Army Major. Used to love hearing your thoughts. Are you doing a Patreon program again? Yes,
Squashed.
I'm back up.
Squashed.
I'm back up. Let's see. Bill from Jersey, thank you for the $5. John saying, wait till next time I see you straddling somebody. Hi, Chad. Hi, Chad's chat room. Hi, Chad's lawyer. Thank you, Kevin.
Where'd you get that idea?
I always give credit where. Anyway, yeah, Richard. Yeah, I'm with you.
He's calling me a cuck now. 2 weeks ago, he asked me, "What's cuck mean?"
Major. These are people that attack my children. Okay, yeah, you have children.
I've never said anything bad about his kids.
In a different way.
He just lumping me in with everybody.
Look. It's one thing. It's one thing to the face. If they come to my face and they start doing that stuff, make no mistake about it. They're not going to enjoy it. But at the end of the day, the social media stuff, to me, there's nothing more cowardice.
No. But they go on their shows and trash my children, Richard.
Never said anything bad about it.
In fact, I did a show that's going to air on Vice and Hulu calling out Pocky for when he trashed my transgender child. And he did it nonstop.
15 hours ago, John liked me. But I went on Shirley's show. Now I'm public enemy number one. Now I trashed his kids.
Serious talk.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's it. I mean,
but they don't do it to your
I
face.
sent the link to Tony Mazer. We'll see if he jumps on.
What? They're all a bunch of cowards, Army Major.
Well, yeah, they are. But I mean, at the end of the day,
I comedy artwork.
Who cares? They don't mean shit.
I didn't talk about children.
You know, once again, if you've got a problem, come to your face. You know, I mean, most people know where you're at. You know, and I'm going to tell you right now, I can guarantee you, John won't sit back and take your shit. That's a fact.
Of course I would. Is that you, Richard?
That's me.
No, it's you, John.
What the hell was that? Oh, this fucking thing. Let's see.
Okay, let me call you back when I get off here. I'm actually on a podcast right now.
Love it, Army Major. What the hell just happened?
I was just talking to somebody about some.
Pull up your Venmo again, John.
Endorsing in this next run.
Oh yeah, and who's that?
Let me guess, a Democrat.
We haven't had the discussion yet. You know, I you know me, man. I want to go after some of these people. I want to go after the Josh Hollies. You know, Mr. writing book about manliness or manhood. And then he gets caught running like a chicken with his head.
Oh, this is great.
From the very protesters.
Gavin House, everyone in chat, John's chat saying you had a stroke and was rushed to the hospital. Seriously, just say that. Let's just see how empathetic he is to me.
I don't
because according to him, he would never turn on me. He would never say a bad word about me. I'm one of his best friends. Nobody's more loyal than him.
People out there that sadly.
But as soon as he found out I was making more money on the show, he wanted a cut.
About as racist as you can get. So it's sad. There's a lot of work we got in the next election.
I know, and I hope we can take it. Will Harron, thanks for $10, Major Heater. What do you think of John's hair?
I mean, yeah, he's let his hair grow.
I mean, it's in the awkward stage. I agree, but that's what happens when you start growing your hair long. Ronnie Monjuni, $2. Which one of you two is the bigger Swede? Do you know what that means, Army Major?
No.
I love he has to give Army Major as his hype man to back up why he's growing his hair long. That's how insecure John is. He has to have Army Major to back up why he's growing his hair long. Like, right, Army Major? You know what it's like growing your hair. Like Army Major is his fucking Flavor Flav.
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
you need a hype man.
Boy.
You not agree, Army Major?
Oh, shit.
I think that going after somebody's kids is about as low as you can get. But once again, these are people that's where they live. They live in that world. You know, I mean, once again, like I said, they don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing.
Now, okay. Now I just want to make sure this is bleeped, but.
What are we doing?
You know, it cracks me up. It cracks me up when I see it.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay. Now, Army Major.
Here we go, Army Major.
I played you once a video of this guy.
Is it the backpack video?
This is the guy that trashed my kids. This is the guy that decided to not only trash my kids and then do memes of my kids, saying all this garbage about my children.
This has been played out so bad. It's
not
like
30 years ago, not 20 years ago.
He's just looking for anything at this point.
Year. Now it's been bleeped. Thank you, the bleepers.
Johnny H. Thank you to the bleepers, he said.
To the words.
Jason H. $5. You've already heard the video. Okay? There's no way Stuttering John keeps his teaching job at the end of the summer after he sees how he acts. Not wishing that on him, but he can't get out of his own way. I mean, it's ridiculous. What is he doing? He literally is going full on nuclear on me.
I can't get on every time.
Now, I don't even have to play anymore. Now, he also goes on to use the J word for Jewish people, you know. So while he's going on this rant, now I think you know what he was saying, right?
J word.
Now, this is a guy who all of these losers look up to.
I'm a loser now. I don't look up to Anthony.
This is a guy that they all go on his show And this guy goes live and starts spewing the N-word and the J-word. He tweets out effing N's and J's.
Well, he starts off by telling you that he's trying to get on Nick Fuentes, who's the white nationalist guy.
Teamster him. Wow. AKA Chow, $1.99. I tried a super chat to Stuttering John Mudshark Army, and it was blocked. He's already blocking super chats.
Man,
wow.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes,
I find that hard to believe. He'll take any money.
That's a racist. Yeah. Nick Fuentes is the guy that went with Kanye West when Kanye West was at the interview screaming, all that crap. Yeah.
I had no idea who it was.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes is a racist sack of shit.
I had no idea. I swear to you.
Yeah, so that guy right there talking about he's having a hard time getting on the program that Nick Fuentes is doing, it doesn't surprise me because they're all racist. I mean, that's who they are. That's why they like Trump, is because Trump is racist. And Trump has a history of racial issues. That's a fact. I mean, a lot of Trump supporters would be like, he's not.
It's amazing how this guy, Army Major, will just jam Trump into anything
to support him. And for the most part, the people that he gets are usually the people that are
this podcast wars is the least political thing ever. Why is he jamming Trump into this?
Now, don't forget, I played you, but I'll play you again. This is the guy that was that bit his girlfriend's hand, and she had to call the cops, and he was arrested. And
he's already talked about this a million times.
Who was drunk and lost his gun. All right. I mean, which is the
hypocrisy police.
He's all for the First Amendment, yet he can't find his gun.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the guy.
Well, most people that are on that side, they talk the Constitution all the time.
Welcome, Kat, to my Patreon, everybody.
And most only know Second Amendment. That's all they know.
Yeah. So that's that guy. So, but this is the guy.
Social Outcast, 1999, sending love from Kumia country. All right. This is Kumia country, everybody. Yeah. This is Remembering Army Major.
He uses the J word in a derogatory fashion.
Jewish.
And yet they still go on the show. Army Major. Now, let me ask you, what's your ethnicity?
What's my what?
Ethnicity. Are you Irish? I don't know.
Hispanic. I'm Hispanic.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So, you're Hispanic. Now, let me ask you, Army Major, you're Hispanic. If this guy started to constantly
say the J word,
trash Hispanic people, which I'm sure he has, but I'm not going to, I know it's usually just focused on the black people and the Jewish people. But if this guy constantly trashed, the Hispanic people, are you going to do his show?
No, I'm not paying attention to him, period. Because now that I know that he's a racist, I know that he's going to throw stones at Hispanic people and Latino people and people of color and people of the Jewish faith.
Oh God, shut up.
Don't give him oxygen, man. Piss on him. That's it. Piss on him.
Army Major's comeback is don't give him oxygen, man.
There is
pretend like they don't exist.
And it's coming. It's coming. And that's going to be a day of accountability. And Donald Trump is going to face that accountability. And all of those people around Donald Trump are going to face those accountability. If you think that the classified documents
way to jam Trump into this shit
are bad, you haven't seen nothing yet. The January 6 indictments are going to come, and they are going to hit a lot of people. And we're talking about members of Congress. So, yeah, there's going to be accountability. And these people, they don't want that. They fear that accountability.
David Chandler coming in strong, $49.99. So it wasn't a dream. If Cardiff, if you're watching, you might want to thank Shuli and David Chandler for sending me a message to unblock you. So all the shit you were doing to me earlier this month and piling on, I took off the strike. You're welcome. I didn't have to do it, but I did it because of Chandler and Shuley. So thank them. Don't thank me. Thank you, David Chandler.
To spew it in front of me while I'm on his show, unless I'm in the studio. Because make no mistake about it, I want to have a problem in the studio. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
The same thing I tell you. They ain't gonna do it in front of your face, John. In front of your face, they're gonna act like, I don't know what you're talking about. It was a misunderstanding.
I know, but it's just, and for some reason I'm not able to get on. I'm trying to show you more of this stuff, but I can't get on. But hold on, let me just read some super chats because I've neglected it.
They love you.
Sorry, Army Major, but you gotta address the super chats. That's what's paying the bills, if you will.
It's a good idea. Grimace and Pain. That's a great idea. I'm going to do that.
Sorry, Army Major.
It's war, baby.
I come to the realization a long time ago that there's a lot of racist people in this country, and Donald Trump brought a lot of those crazy people.
Shut the fuck up about Trump already. Jesus Christ.
Be who they are, but the truth
this guy's like fucking.
They usually hate on people because they know that they can't daggone live up to them.
People are allowed to hate on people without Donald Trump being involved. Carlos Danger.
A lot of people hate on me because I do a lot of traveling. But you know what? I travel. I'm getting ready to.
Guess what, Army Major? I hate you because you travel. Army Major, listen to me. I don't like you because you travel, you motherfucker, and you go to places.
Mike, thanks for the $2, John. My hemorrhoids are acting up. Any tips? Yes. Don't push.
I don't know if this is the real Carlos Danger. $5. John Sucks signed a former fan.
Wow. Thanks for the $2. Remember Kumia plus Sue Lightning. Keep your kids away. I don't know what that means. Ronnie Mon Jr., Chad just pounced out live on stream. Oh my God, Trump. No.
24 years in prison.
There you go.
Whoa.
Oh, here we go. Look, this is where they bring up the kids. You see that?
Hypocrisy police.
This guy's another cook. John, I can help you with Carl. And Cardiff, you're another one. Another guy that becomes your friend and then trashes you. These guys have no morals. They are hypocrites.
Now Cardiff wants to work with John.
But John.
What?
Cardiff, thank David Chandler and Shuley. You got your strike off, so you're welcome.
Good.
David Chandler, no thank you, $49.99.
It's not a burn unless
thank you. Thank you.
Because I'm making fun of Trump as I do it. It's my way to goof on people. I'm glad you can figure that out. That's what I always do. Let's see. Stuttering Joe's. I made you enjoy lo-fi beats to relax to. I don't know what that means to you.
No.
I don't know what that means.
Social Outcast, 1999. Thanks for being a true gentleman and unblocking.
This guy wants to keep on trashing you for being in the military.
Listen, Cardiff he was messing with me for a long time, and
yeah. How much?
I actually planned on unblocking him, but I just wanted to send a message or removing the strike.
Look at the picture.
Oz, can you fall down on? John, can you fall down on something? Oh, look at this, Richard. Come on, man. Ask Bo Knutson. He used to always donate in our old shows. Thanks for the 100 Danish krona.
Hit like, everybody. Hit subscribe.
The pawns come to attack your children. Feed on your grief and anger. Don't give them oxygen. Ignore them. They're not worth your time. That's what Army Major's saying.
It's true, John.
I know it's true, but I'm going to do it for a little while.
Yeah, but don't give them the oxygen. I'm telling you, they don't deserve it, John.
I know they don't. HBA.
This podcast is all oxygen, Army Major.
I was on that racist show.
He's giving me oxygen. I wasn't even planning on doing this until someone told me to tune in, and he said he threatened my life already.
All I knew was that he was on the Opie and Anthony show. I didn't know anything about his racism. So now they want to go back in time to try and say that I knew that Anthony was a racist. I didn't know. I never listened to Opie and Anthony. How could I know? But that's what they want to say. That this is how they try and in their minds. How can we wait? How can we? No, I had no idea. Let's go, Brandon. All right.
Let's go. Brandon is a $100 sponsor on my Patreon. I also want to thank David Chandler and Spaghetti Tooth John for becoming $100 sponsors. Thank you.
This guy's mad that you keep getting Trump in it, Richard.
Dick Fitzwell, Cardiff has tweets up this morning trashing you. Now, Cardiff's pretty two-faced.
If you want to leave, your rebuttal. Oh, here we go. You know, Army Major, this is so exhausting. They keep saying that I had a cancer charity scam. Remember Nikki B?
Get yourself a membership. All these guys I pull up on the screen has a membership. John has no idea any was racist after hanging out at his house for hours on end, like 10 times. Talk about hypocritical.
And they're saying I had a fake charity scam. And I sent her a mini iPad. And my mother sent her $100. But Pocky, the guy that I just showed you using the N-word, he goes on his show without any proof of anything and says that I had a fake cancer charity. All of these losers, all of these Trump sheep decide to go and believe it and spew it. It's like when Trump says something stupid and they all believe it.
Or when John says something, they all believe
I
it.
can do myself, Richard. A.O. Richard, you're calling somebody.
I'm calling my wife. Her phone was.
Welcome back, John.
Oh, thanks for the $5.
Thanks for burning me.
Racism so much. That's why people don't take your charges of racism seriously. Oh, like you could diminish that word. Okay. Let's see. Chad and Florence didn't trash you, John. I said, yes. Okay, yeah. It doesn't matter. You know, he went on the show that trashes me. I don't care. That's good enough for me.
That's good enough for you? I literally gave you,
thanks for
you ungrateful bitch, $1,300. Or
Nasty Al, thanks for $5. Why
yeah, $1,300 and $200 it was a tip.
Still fight, you fight.
And then you were trying to get more money out of me.
Oh, God.
When I told you I made $150 out of that and I made my money back, you tried to get the $150 out of me.
Ukraine go insane for Hunter's cocaine. They're still worried about
John is just like Trump.
Let me say something.
He has nicknames for everybody. He's a narcissist.
Understand that there are staffs in the White House. There's nothing sits for 3 days. Everybody wants to act like that belongs to Hunter. Nothing. If you set a soda down on a table and it has a little ring, before that dries, it's wiped up.
Hey, don't get it twisted. Just because I showed up yesterday and I saw Cumia there, it doesn't mean we're all cool. I didn't know he was going to be there. So people are like, oh, you haven't shown no Cumia. I didn't know he was going to be there. And I think we both know the situation was bigger than us.
what the Army Major saying, and what he said.
There was like 7 people on screen, you know?
But right now, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. You know, Richard, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're right. I am saying that you're right. That's why I took a break for 7 months.
I'm 150 viewers away from John, and I didn't even promote this. I just went live.
Right now, I'm just calling them out for the hypocrites that they are.
I know that, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Don't give them air. I get it. I get it. But I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
I know that, John. But let me tell you.
Corn dip, thanks for the $5. Does the Army Major have any hobbies like woodworking or muscle cars?
No, the only thing that I do is I like to travel. I go to the gym every day, and
Hey, David.
These like my nightly lives.
I cannot stand Cardiff. That dude's
John
the
Elvis,
biggest
thanks for the
grifter.
$2. Ignorance is not an excuse,
attention.
John. Oh, yes, it is. If you don't know someone's a racist and then it suddenly comes out they're a racist, how the hell are you supposed to know? Blind Mike, he's a big fan of yours, Army Major.
Well, thank you, Blind Mike. I appreciate that.
So even though they're saying don't give it air, you're getting some fans here. Thanks for $2. Army Major, thoughts on how John treated former mods? Well,
these are all mods, membership
people.
people.
Don't mind me saying, it's just I did nothing bad to them. I just left, and they took it personally. That's all I did. I left, and they took it personally. And they decided to go on shows to trash me.
We took it personally.
I hate that. I really do because I don't know. I've always enjoyed your show, and like I said, I remember when me and you met in Los Angeles. Had a great time.
Thank you, Big Daddy Dodo. Just sent $5 via Venmo.
Party had a damn blast, and Corey Feldman was a really cool guy, man. He was really a nice guy, and Dave Faustino was there, Bud Bundy. They were really, really cool, man.
You know what? I was so happy. I'll tell you, Richard, I was so happy that you went because you got a great comedy. So you had me and Jay Moore.
Yeah.
You know.
Red Honda, $2. Send the potato link and let him have it. That guy's so hungry for attention. Like
in work,
and I know people like the potato, and that's fine. You can, but I mean, he was just relentless on me. I can't talk to a grown man with a potato filter. It's just weird. I don't like it.
I'm like,
and I just don't find him that funny.
I was like, I'm so glad that, that I showed you a good time in my town.
It was great, man. I had a blast, and I had some folks with me, and they were there too, and everybody had a really good time. Yeah, man.
All right, I want to get your opinion on this, Army Major. This is Voltaire 325. Thanks for the $2. Don't let them run you up this time.
Open up your membership tabs and gift a free membership, y'all.
Yeah, but no. Here's the thing. They want you to continue doing your show. They don't want you to continue giving these assholes oxygen. All these people that are over here that are spewing garbage.
That's his show, Army Major, is giving us oxygen.
I don't give a shit because I know what I've got. I'm a happy. Let me tell you something. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm retired.
Richard G, I agree.
I do well. I don't even have to get out of bed. I'm never going to.
Richard G, I agree 100%. Anyone on the internet doing a show, talking shit, hiding behind a mask or a character is pathetic. Show yourself.
Go on shows and travel. I'm a spokesman. And let me tell you something.
Like, hit subscribe.
Quite well to be spokesmen. And I'm going to tell you, I get to travel for my job.
Dan G just became a member.
Life is great, man. Don't give in to those assholes. You don't.
There he is, Big Daddy Dodo. Thanks for the Venmo.
I know, Richard. This ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna be doing this for a long period of time. Right now, I'm just doing it because I just got stabbed in the back last night. Bob's old teeth. Thanks for the $2. Invite Chad Stepdad on the show. He hates Chad. Well, who doesn't hate Chad?
Hey, keep families out of this, John.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this like these guys do for the rest of my life. I'm doing it now just because I came out of, I'm off for the summer. So I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to entertain all the horseshit they've been saying about me all this time. Reslinsky, thanks for the $2.
I said you're exhausting.
Major blind spot. What?
Bill from Jersey, $5. I can't stand people who travel so much. John stealing everyone's act, yelling like Kevin, stealing cuck from you. I mean, he just literally just lifts things that he hears. Lifts them. You're right, Bill.
No prize. I don't know.
It's true. He lifts everything.
Carl claiming on his show that your mods are A and B because you promised them co-hosting jobs. Typical lies from the rat from Rochester. Army Major, what I am.
Mason in Portland, stay away from Carter Chad. Have to keep some enemies. Listen, I'm not like going all in. Like I know the Dabbleverse thing. Like
and let me just say,
some of you guys are really cool, but I'm not gonna like just go cuck it up to you guys.
I'm about to go to bed, but I see the Army Major who I love. I write, Richard, I love you. That's it. And Benny Loco, acting as your moderator, blocks me. That's why you called my mother to say, hey, I want John to know I didn't block him.
Thank you.
I wanted your phone number.
Thank you.
Yes, obviously, to let you know also that I did not block. Look, I've never. Look, here, the deal is, I'll tell you.
John is a parrot.
And once again, that's another thing that all these people don't know. You and I talk on the phone too.
Yes.
So it's
No, I know, but you did tell my mother the story because she called me and said he was saying something that he wanted you to know that he didn't block you.
John has nothing original.
I was told that you were blocked, and I was like, no, unblock.
But could you believe that she did that without you knowing it?
Well, I don't want to throw stones at any.
Whoa!
I don't want to get in that type of argument because I just.
According to Bill Watson, David Chandler just gifted 20 new memberships. Open up your membership tab. The more you're interactive, the better chance at a free membership, courtesy of the great David Chandler. Thank you.
I don't know.
They love you, David
I don't know
Chandler.
what that means. HBE.
I appreciate it.
Army Major, he's not in the right frame of mind. He's not listening to you. You should distance yourself from this nonsense as soon as effing possible. I'm listening to the man.
Thank you, David, from Dave Doors.
Paul Jacobson, thanks for the $10. Welcome back. Denmark in the house, Army Major.
General Chandler. You might have Army Major, but I have General Chandler, John.
Well, I'm hoping. I think 2025 is going to be my year that I try to hit the Baltics. I like this. Spec 4 Mafia Heck yeah, that's how shit gets done in the military.
What does that mean, Rich?
It's the rank of special.
Dominic Sin's my guy from day one since the COVID lockdowns. We've been tight. Thank you.
It's a rank that
big thanks to David Chandler.
It's right below being a sergeant. So it's like you're not a sergeant, so you don't have all the responsibility on your back.
The open
But
cabinets.
you're not a private. You've been in long enough to where it's like that perfect spot.
He's more than welcome to come on.
E4. A lot of people don't know I was enlisted long before I became an officer.
David Chandler, if on Patreon, since you're a $100 sponsor, honestly, send me where you want me to mail a shirt your size, and I'll send you some stickers and a shirt because you've been nothing but good to me. Thank you.
This is the guy that I think is your fan. Blind Mike, thanks for $5. Says Richard, subscribe to the Blind Mike Project, or why are you laughing? Or is he more of a WATS guy? I don't know what that means.
Don't know what that means.
I know, Bill.
Hack Ride, $5. Richard's advice is spot on. Blind Mike was right about Richard, man of principle. Richard is a great guy. I'm not saying he's wrong.
Gladwell Ape, I'm on air. What's
right
up?
Now I'm livid.
This guy gets a little bit of success.
HP, $2. You ready? Quit teaching for KB hypocrisy. First of all,
I'm stream sniping John's show right now, and because he hates me.
I'm gonna go look at it. Give me a call when you're done.
Okay, yeah, we'll watch the show. It's on my channel.
You and Artie.
All right.
Gladwell Ape, everybody.
Against two legends. I love Artie. We had our Twitter wars. Did I say some bad things? Yes. Did he say some bad things? Yes. Do I love Artie? Yes. Will I always consider Artie a friend?
Thank you, Spaghetti Tooth John.
Do I want Artie to be well? Yes.
Spaghetti Tooth, I'm going to make you a moderator with Bill from Jersey and Dislabeled.
Listen, friends get into fights. Friends get into arguments. It doesn't mean that they can't be friends again.
Maybe John and I are just friends, and we just got into an argument. Maybe this just is some misunderstanding to him being so needy.
It's like what we're doing right here.
Maybe John and I are having a misunderstanding.
That you're sick and tired of these trolls who literally will go to no ends to try to cause you harm. And here I am. I'm trying my best just to get you to tell them to fuck off, leave me alone.
Don't give us
Richard,
oxygen.
Here's the difference, though, and let me get your opinion on this. Okay.
Okay.
Not only did they call the nursing board to get Nikki fired, not only did they call LAUSD
to
get me fired, not only did they call 2 comedy clubs and got my gigs canceled because they threatened.
Is he blaming me for this now? Because he's been mad at me for 15 hours.
They took money out of my pocket. They tried to take a job out of Nikki's. They tried to take a job out of mine. And you expect me to just sit there and take it? No!
No, it's not that you're going to sit here and take it, but they're enjoying this. They're enjoying this more.
Not only does Chandler gift everybody, he tells you how to do it. Make sure you click the setting in the money button to turn on accept gifts. So where the super chat button is, you can put the setting on where you can get the gift.
Anything else to do?
So go for
other than to do this.
Membership.
That right there kind of shows it's kind of sad. It's kind of a sad life that you literally sit behind a keyboard or on a phone trying to cause other people harm, trying to go after their job. I mean, that right there tells me that these are people that probably, they don't have it and they never will. That's the thing. They hate you because you have the ability to merit getting a lot of people to come and listen to what you have to say. And the truth is other than them spewing shit on here, nobody hears anything that they say. Nobody watches anything that they do. And that's a fact.
Flat Cat,
remember talking all kinds of shit about me. It don't mean shit.
Hi, Flat Cat.
If you're gonna say I do stolen valor, the least you could do is fucking spell it properly. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, John, you got to quit giving these haters trolls oxygen because that's exactly what Trump does, and that's why he's going to lose in 2024 because we're giving him oxygen.
13E here. Look, as if I care. Good as gold. Thanks for $2. Sean is bad. You should hear what Benny has to say. Who cares?
Ooh, Ireland in the house.
Who cares what she has to say? I didn't do anything bad to her.
I'm not speaking negative at all.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm saying negative. I never did anything bad to her. That's all I'm saying.
Teamster Tim, your shirt's in the mail. Should be there soon. $4.99. Little bit of heat. Gladwell Ape already sucking up. Team DeVito. Oh shit. Oh,
Let's
shit.
see. Mark Twain, thanks for $5.
Your shirt's in the mail, Teamster Tim.
Hypocrite, that's the worst thing you can be, a hypocrite. Thank you. Hypocrisy police.
Hulkamania.
Let's see. Thanks, Blind Mike. Thanks for $5. Rumor suggests that Carl refuses to read super chats, doesn't just pocket some money. Very wood paneling of him. No. Yes, I agree. I'm not a fan.
Polar
well, this is another thing. How do you respond to this on Major? Trip to my Lou. Thanks for the $2. John, you got to strike while the iron's hot. Sco. In other words, like everybody's attacking me now, so why not make a few shekels off it on Major?
Well, I mean, it says strike while the iron is hot. I mean, to me,
this is how much of a scumbag John is.
Your list. I mean,
he wouldn't give me his number for the first week, which I know you give out your number. I'm never going to give it out to anybody, but he wanted to drive down to Tampa because I said I was at the gym. He goes, "Where's your gym?" I told him my gym, and he goes, "Oh, come down. We'll work out together." I go, "When?" He's like, "Tomorrow." And I go, well, he goes, "No, can you get a free membership for me? Like a day membership pass?"
Oh, wait, he hates you.
And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, "Yeah, you can. You can get a free membership." And I'm like, "All right, but I'm not going to be here tomorrow." He's like, "Well, where are you going? What about the next day?" I'm like, Jesus Christ. Leave me alone.
Caspero, thanks for $2. Major, what are the best condoms? I don't know if you use condoms, Richard.
It says, do a double bag only when I'm with your mother.
Oh.
Let's see. No price. $5.
Major
claiming.
Army Major, that was good.
Thanks about
that was good, Army Major.
About living in the past. Piece of the case. I don't know what he's talking about. It's hard to follow their all of these lies.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
So anyway, Army Major. Yeah. So I get what you're saying, and I don't plan. I go back to teaching in a month.
Social outcast.
So
didn't he just say he was going to quit his teaching job if Kevin would give him the co-host position on MLC? Amazing. Social outcast $4.99. We're doing it. Sco.
I just can't believe something. It's like, let me ask you, Richard. Let's say,
go ahead.
Tomorrow,
go ahead.
You find out I went on a show,
okay,
and trashed you for the whole show. Wouldn't you be a little?
I said you were exhausting. That's it.
John would never do that.
Well, first off, that's right. That's the first thing I would say is John would never do that. But
John, quit giving me oxygen.
If then I saw the video and you were trashing me, I will call you directly.
Yeah,
call you, and we will talk about that.
Why didn't you do it?
Drag you on some damn post and do that bullshit
like John did to me.
Because once again, real people deal with real issues in a real way. They don't play this bullshit. He
did do it.
The snips.
He did it. He did it to me.
Throw out here, and it's. I mean, it has to be sad. They can throw all the stones they want about me. Call it stolen valor. I got a guy calling me stolen valor.
Stolen valor.
I don't know what that means.
They can throw.
Gladwell, you're on the air.
Oh shit! I called the wrong person.
All right, I'll talk to you afterwards.
Well, I don't care. As a matter of fact, if they tune in to watch me every night,
Dirty Dalish is a member. Hi.
It only helps.
Hi, Dirty Dalish. Hi.
Now, okay, I'm going to just show you one thing, okay? And it's not any audio, but I just want to show you. Let's see. I don't want to give anything away here. Hold on. Let me just hold on. I just want to show you something just for a second. All right, Army Major?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We get out
He's
of
doing screenshots right now.
Here.
He's doing screenshots.
All right. Hold on. And now I'm going to find it. I hate this. Something about.
You're doing good, John.
Reddit is not letting me. I don't know. All right. Let's see.
Doing great. I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing, but I mean, if John's going to go and fucking talk shit. Mud Sharks Unite says, hi, Gledwell Abe.
Okay. While you're doing that, I got to answer something because somebody said, Major Ojeda, would you let John teach your student? Well, first and foremost, he's certified. He's a certified teacher. And at the end of the day, I would actually say I would enjoy my child to learn something from John because
hell, I let John adopt my kids. I'm making him the godfather. It's how much I think John's a good guy.
Exciting and fun. It's easier to learn in an environment like that, unlike the environment that I.
Thank you for your service, Army Major.
The first time I read the Constitution, I was an adult. I didn't read it not one time. It was never put out in front of me when I was growing up as a child. There's a lot of things that, education can be fun. I was sitting the other day, I've traveled all over the world. I've been to 61 countries, and I can remember my geography class, and it was garbage. I can remember getting a book, and all you had to do is pick one picture in the book and draw it on a piece of paper and turn it in. And that's all you did for your.
That's another thing. John never listens. He's not listening at all. He's just running his mouth.
Of a good education, especially in things like science and geography. So
you just wasted your time, Army Major.
To teach my kids.
John's trying to pull up Reddit.
Oh, I appreciate it, and I'd be happy to do so. I love it.
And the blinking, guess what, folks? It's okay. I don't mind. I blink. It's a Tourette's thing. It's okay. I don't have a problem with that. And if that's all you can do is throw stones at my blinking,
memberships get you free screen time, guys. What are you waiting for?
Really?
when you got drill sergeants on your ass all the time, it's okay. It doesn't bother me, folks. It really doesn't.
Let's see if I can do this here. Hold on.
We're holding.
I'm here.
We're holding, John.
All right, hold on. Let's see if I can.
We're all holding on, John.
I just want to show you a picture, and I want to get your take on this, Army Major, because I mean I think you'd have an interesting perspective on this. Okay.
Dave Doors, $2. Did John clean the snot off the shirt?
Trying to get a hold of me, of course. And let's see. Okay. Let's go there.
It's going well. Hold on, John.
Where is it?
We're gonna get there, John. Hold on.
What the
fuck? Army Major, do you have anything you want to plug while we're waiting? Army,
right. Hold on. Something went awry, Richard.
No.
I might have to watch this show every day.
I guess I didn't send it to myself.
Did he do any snots today? Did I miss the snot? I missed.
Hold on, Army Major.
He's holding. We're all holding. Everyone watching is holding. There's going to be no payoff to this, by the way. There's no payoff.
Boom!
Boom!
Okay. Now we're going to do it. Here we go. Okay?
Okay.
Boom! All righty, Richard.
And
now I want to just get your take on this.
Uh-oh. The suspense. Uh-oh, it's his email.
Okay. All righty.
John's giving out his email address. Uh-oh.
Hey,
it's the Uncle Rico show.
Now, take a look at this image, okay?
Okay.
And what it says, the world's biggest losers unite to take on me. All right? Now, Richard, look how many of these guys it takes. Look how many, Richard. That's how many they need to take me on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6 loses. So almost every one of them turned on me and are fucking phony hypocrite cucks. Now, the one on the top middle.
I swear to God, a week and a half ago, he asked me what cuck meant. He had no idea.
I was with him, slept at his house, helped his son's band out, and then his name is Bob Levy. What does he do? Goes on a show so he can make money.
What are you doing right now?
Goes on a show. I DM him and I say, "Hey, what are you doing, man? I thought we were friends." And he doesn't care. Oh, come on, we're just kidding around.
What are you doing
800
right now?
shows later, he's still just kidding around, huh? That's kidding around? What would you say, Army Major?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you're giving them a show.
Yes. Now,
Welcome.
Now the one in the bottom left,
dude, flavor.
That's Chad Zumock.
Uh-oh.
That's the one who paid me $1,200 to do his show.
13.
And what does he do? He goes and turns.
Said you were exhausting.
Coward. The one in the middle here, on the bottom, that's Anthony.
I paid you $1,300 and you still try to get $200 more out of me.
That's the one who used
plus 30% of the fake Venmos.
Got fired from SiriusXM for racist things. And then to the bottom right, that's the one who is so obsessed with me, can't stop talking about me. And then on the top right, that is Silent Mike, says nothing, does nothing. But Richard, that guy his claim to fame was writing for Crack Magazine. Guess what his whole recurring bit was, Richard?
A cartoon on you, John.
What's that?
Writing bits about me.
Well, John,
He's told me
let
that
tell
4
you,
times during the 3 podcasts I've done. He's said that 4
you're gonna
times.
go ballistic.
No.
Don't give him any oxygen, John. What are you doing?
And the guy on top is the bald guy. that
Don't give
didn't
him
say it,
oxygen.
essentially got fired from Stern. Has no significant things that he did on Stern, and no significant contributions. And these 6 losers are there to call me a loser while they have done nothing in their lives.
Yeah, ask John in his chat if he's given Army Major a cut of the super chat.
How sad it is that they are obsessing on somebody because they're jealous.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Enough. So I'm giving them air. I don't care. I'm just pointing out that these are the guys that they need 6 people to try and take down one guy. This is stupid. No price.
I mean, I hate that you have to go through this, man. I hate that.
No,
I hate that
I don't mind it.
6
I'm just
people.
pointing out.
I'm by myself. 3 weeks ago, I was taking everybody on.
One-on-one with me, not one of them. They tried it last week. One-on-one, I kicked their ass. No price. Thanks for $2. You want to shave Hal's hair and wear it. Let's see. Good as gold. John said on Chuli Show. I was never on Chuli Show, but on Major got a dishonorable discharge. Never said that.
Yeah, you did.
Collects military memorabilia at thrift shops. Now, see, on Major, does that sound like anything I would ever say about?
Love chatter.
I know that's not true, man.
What team are we on this week?
Just once again, that's just people trying to write things and trying to
Love chatter. My team.
I don't give a shit about
My
social
team.
media at all.
And I apologize to the people that were pissed that me and Shuli and Bob had a sit-down conversation, and we worked it out, and I apologize. I know you're mad about that, but I'm sorry. I knew those guys before podcasting.
We'll always be friends.
We're comics,
That's right. It doesn't bother
and we worked it out.
Don't get me wrong. Your advice is sound advice. Just let it go.
Like John could have picked up the phone, but he decided to put me on blast on Twitter. Now his
coming down there to
podcast.
where you're at now, and
we'll hang.
we're going to hang out, man. I mean, that's just how it is, man. So it is what it is.
Ronnie Mon Jr., thanks for the $2. Major, rich, sweet dudes, all about Trump nonstop. So what? Trump's bad for this country.
Well, I'm a Democrat,
Ah,
and I basically am sickened at what I see. Anybody else?
Army
in this
Major's a
country who
Democrat.
has
Breaking
been caught with
news.
fractional
Can we go to the
weapons has been
just
caught
super
with
chat
fractional
asking Army
weapons,
Major if he can part of the super chat?
and I'm hoping that
Oh, that's
he
great,
finally
Bill.
faces justice because he deserves to face justice.
Now, I don't get
Look, I'm not a Canadian hater, but I'm just going to tell you, you want to throw stones.
Hey,
at me
Army
and my
Major,
military
where do you
and
stand on Donald Trump?
You guys,
What's your take?
You have no concept of what it's really like. You don't know nothing about the
By the
military.
way, I mean, Major, what does stolen valor even mean?
Well, here's the thing. Stolen valor is not what everybody thinks it is. Believe it or not, do you know that you can go online right now and you can buy any piece of military clothing that any of us have ever worn? That's a fact. Stolen valor is what happens when a person takes that equipment, puts it on, and then shows up on Sundays when it's free for veterans.
Richard G says, I'm glad you worked everything out, but I still don't like Bob. And you're allowed. You're allowed to not like anybody.
Let me tell you, here's the thing about
But I got to be honest with you.
when a person does
For people to say I'm selling out and all this shit, listen, there's a lot of you guys I see turning on me too.
they've got to be a super
I see a
soldier.
lot of you
They've got
turning
to
on
be a
me
Navy
too.
SEAL
So
and a Green
who's
Beret
selling
and
out?
silver stars and medals of honor and all that stuff. And the truth is that's how they all get caught. You know, there is a group called Guardians of the Green Beret that literally, if you try to claim to be a Green Beret and they find out, they will come find you. There's also a guy by the name of Don Shipley who is a Navy SEAL. And make no mistake about it, he catches these people all the time. They got SEAL tattoos and shit like that, and he eats them alive. And then what they do is they go back and they make sure they find out that this person was able to get a free home or a free scooter or a free service dog. And those are all worth money. And those people, they go to jail.
John's not looking. He's looking for super chats. Davy Cakes, $2. Do you, Chad? We are here because you are you. Thank you, Davy Cakes.
Everybody's concerned with your wallet now.
No. I go on John's show because we're friends.
Oh, wait.
They don't understand what friends are. And Richard, would I do your show anytime you asked?
I guarantee it.
Yes,
without a doubt.
Do you think I would ever ask you for a dime?
You asked me.
Because, John, you give percentage of super chats to guests like KB. I've never paid a guest to come on a show. I never have, and I never will. Erickson, thanks for $2, Larry, the Army Major. And,
when he heard he couldn't collect super chats on his channel, I was like, "Oh, we'll just use your channel, Chad, and we'll split the super chats." I was going to pay you anyway.
Untrustworthy as he is obese. KB learned that a long time ago. I'm Major. That chair needs a dose of WD-40.
Man, yeah, I know.
See, some of them I'm funny. See, I mean, Major, like you do get funny ones.
Yeah. There's no issues, and I enjoy those.
And then you have beating the dead horse. Why does this dude blink so effing much? Who cares?
It's Tourette's. I'm okay with it. Doesn't bother me. It's never held me back.
Oh, this guy Levy always goes, listen to me.
You stole that from me.
Let's go, Brandon. Thanks for the $2. Hacky Levy.
You stole that from me, you dummy.
Is that you, Mama? There's my mom. Here, say hi to the Army Major. Yeah,
hi, Mrs. Melendez. Hi.
Hi, Major.
Yes,
How are you doing?
Hi, okay.
Great to see you.
Good.
Yeah, great to see you on here.
These are all courteous,
You can't see
courtesy of David Chandler, everybody.
Come next to me. There you go.
Oh,
I see you.
Hi, John's mom.
I just came from outside.
Well,
Yeah,
I
how
hope,
you
I hope
doing,
it's not that
Angela?
hot out there.
I know, it's hot here. Yeah,
Yeah.
84, I think.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. It's like 95 right now. I'm inside though.
It's terrible.
I'm staying inside.
Yeah, I know.
My mom loves you, Army Major.
I know that. I love her too.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
She's a cutie pie, Army Major.
Yep.
Hack right, thanks for $5. Like Blind Mike always says, Richard is the friend you want in your foxhole. True. Earned valor. Dude, if I had Army Major, if there was one guy that I could think of that I would want to be in my foxhole, it'll be you. Any day of the week.
That. Well, that means a lot.
Any day of the week. Are you kidding me? I know, and I don't know this because I was never there, but I'm sure you risk your life for some of your buddies.
I have almost I was almost killed 5 times in Iraq, and I was almost captured in Afghanistan.
Thank you for your service.
Here it says, U.S. has never won a war on their own. Let me tell you a little.
Thank you for your service.
I love it.
Let me tell you that I can guarantee you can say that we've never won a war.
Hey, Army Major, you know the difference between me and you is? Regardless of what political party the president is, I would shake his hand and thank him, regardless if it was Trump, Biden. But no, you're supposed to be serving our country, and you still won't shake Trump's hand if he was president. You don't like this country. You sell out.
I mean, but
meeting the president is a privilege, regardless of what party they serve under.
I guess like they're saying that we always because even in World War II, it was us, it was England.
Hey,
but I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Somebody who's probably a public enemy number 2. Welcome, Tony Mazer, everybody. How's it going, Tony? Whoa, hey now.
Check.
All right,
Check,
Mike. Hey, so we're going. We're sniping John because apparently I'm public enemy number 1 after what happened. I don't know if you're aware of what's going on, but are you aware?
Well, I mean, obviously we did the show on Friday with him, and he got kind of mad about all the Venmos and stuff like that. But what's the update? I've been running errands, as we like to say around here.
Well, the update is I talked to Shuli and Bob off mic, I believe on Thursday or Wednesday. I remember. And we had a nice long conversation. Talked to Shuli for like a half hour. He says, let me call Bob. Bob called. We did a 3-way call. We just kind of like aired it out. Like, this is what I have a problem with. I don't appreciate you saying this, that, blah, blah, blah. And we worked it out. It was a great conversation. It was like There was no plan on doing anything. Like maybe we'll do some shows down the road. But for now, it was a nice conversation. John insisted I go on a show Friday. Was it Friday?
It was Friday.
So we go on John's show Friday, and I hate his fucking Venmos up there when you can get super chats. I only put mine up there because people are sending it me. I just want to cock block him on Venmo. So, we go on and we immediately, John's out of control, and we're just fucking with him with the super chats. And then, do you remember when we shut off the mics and we were sitting backstage? I had to tell him like we were just messing with you, John, because he was really upset about it.
Yeah, he got mad at me too over it, and we're like, look, it's a bit. It's a bit. Take it easy.
Because he wanted 30% of the money. He like, you could give me at least 30% or 300 of that. I'm just like, dude, this is. And at that point, I said, I'm out of the John business. That was it. And everyone loved the appearance, the appearance we had. And now John. So I talked to Shuli yesterday. He's like, come on, Uncle Rico, on Sunday. He goes, Carl wants to come on to congratulate you on trolling. They love what you did. They said you did a great job. And I go, okay, cool. So I go on, and Kumia's on. And I didn't even know Kumia was going to be there.
I saw it looked like the Brady Bunch opening. There were so many squares up there for the Uncle Rico show last night.
It was crazy. And it was just, and we were going over the stuff, and it was a good show. It was like their biggest viewing live, biggest super chat show. And, the worst thing I said about John, I just kind of told him about everything we just said, about the money, about him being needy. And, there's a couple other things I didn't even mention. But I just said he's exhausting. That's all I said. And I stand by that. That's something I would tell to his face. Like I said, quit acting like a girl. That really upset him. So now he's gone full nuclear on me. I'm a thief. I'm a criminal. I'm a backstabber. I'm a cuck. He didn't even know what a cuck meant 2 weeks ago. But, I mean, the whole show, he's just been shitting on me. And this guy, Army Major, he's shitting on Trump, and he's trying to bring politics into it. So that's where we stand.
Yeah, so you and I talked over the weekend about this, and we also did the Opie radio podcast on Friday.
Yeah.
And one thing about Opie, you and I, is that we all have background in doing radio. And so we were kind of talking, and like I brought it up to you. I said, in the podcast wars, who is your top 5? Which is kind of a cool, it's like a radio bit. It's like, hey, who are your top 5 most hated enemies right now? I tried doing that with John, knowing full well he would say everybody's his number 1 enemy. And sure enough, now you're right up there on the list. So you, Levy, Shuli, everybody right up there.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. And he's just throwing me in with, I'm making fun of his kids. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And honestly, 4 days ago, he's talking about how great I was. He would never cross me. I'm a hilarious comedian. And now it's just like I'm a piece of shit. I'm a loser. I'm a convict. All this. Mason in Portland, $5. Now that the beef is squashed with Levy, or now that the beef with Levy is squashed, you guys should get in with the Perry business. Actually, Tony's in with the Perry business.
Yeah, I am. Oh yeah, I have conversations with the Perry people. But see here, I've talked about it before about Perry, is that he does it right. If you talk about a similar thing between John and Perry, is that both of them have their issues in their head, and they're largely, I'm trying to be nice about this as far as Perry goes, that Perry's not really a talented guy. Like, he's not a comic, he's not a great actor or anything, but he does have a good crew around him that can help him out and do the PCL live and everything, and put him out on tour. I mean, the fact that he was in Pottstown and he was the draw. The thing about John is John has pissed so many people off over the years that no one wants to work with him. So he's got to do his own super chats, and he's got to run his own stream, because who wants to work with the guy?
Yeah. Well, let's listen in a little bit and see what we're missing. Are you familiar with Army Major?
I know. I know. I know. What's an Army Hammer? I know Dick Army.
He's a former military guy who's a diehard Democrat, hates Trump, and he manages to wedge Trump into this podcast war for some reason.
But at the end of the day, I started the military as a private at the bottom of the barrel, no rank at all on my collar, and I was selected for lieutenant colonel prior to retiring. So you guys can throw all that on here. He's a loser, a fake. Let me tell you something. I know everything that I've done, and I don't have to worry about what you think about me. I'm very proud of my military service, and the shit that I got, I'm proud of.
And thank you for your service. Joey C's become a new YouTube member. See, like what? This is what I mean. This guy's gonna make fun of my mother. Like, I mean, could you imagine that, Richard? I mean, talk about cowards. And I want to get into the hypocrites like Lindsey Graham. I do want to go some politics here. I mean, because the hypocrisy police is not only for these losers, it's also for the losers like Lindsey Graham, like Ron DeSantis. So I do want to get your take on some of these things, Richard. To get us off this, 5-star General Craig, $65. Biden didn't end the war. Trump initiated the end.
Okay. That's great. So then are you now saying that Trump is responsible for the 13 deaths? Because technically Biden couldn't stop it. It was a timeline that Donald Trump put in play, and he wasn't able to stop it. So
wow,
you said that. That's great. So the 13 that were killed, yeah, that's Trump's fault. Okay, good to go. Glad we see eye to eye.
Bitch! Boom! David Alexander, thanks for the $2. Marines always do more than the Army with less. Is that true, Richard?
I'm assuming you're on the outs with John because, or not because of your doing. It's his doing, right?
And that's a fact.
I guess.
What the Marines do, they say we do more with less.
So apparently, just somebody just.
Here's the thing about John. You and I have talked about this before, even before the weekend, and what we had is that John and Trump have very similar qualities, and you see a lot of these kind of New York guys have similar qualities of Trump. They hate him, and it's like you're basically hating yourself because all the qualities you hate in somebody like Trump, you're doing.
It's like Alec Baldwin, Robert De Niro. They're all the same guy. Donald Trump, John. They're all Long Island, New York tough guys.
East Coast braggadocio. That's what John is trying to do. At least, Trump was a real estate guy. He made something of himself. John was the announcer of the Tonight Show out of spite.
I know. He got his job out of spite. That's kind of like how Kevin books his show. Sergeant Apon, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Mud Shark Army with Admiral Chandler. You hear that? Fucking Army Major. Somebody just sent me, because John had his email up, that he filed a copyright claim against me today.
What?
I got the screenshot. I'll try to get it on the screen, but oh my God. John, there's a lot of people that don't like you, buddy. I'm not saying there's a lot of people that like me, but there's a lot of people that don't like you. Holy shit.
Yeah, this is I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what?
Don't worry about stepping in any holes or twisting my ankle.
All right, we're gonna move on from Army Major because he's just talking politics. Fuck that. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, can you believe? I mean, okay, what's your take, dude? I haven't talked to you in a couple days.
Of the whole John thing?
Yes, everything that happened. Your take on the aftermath. You saw Uncle Rico.
From sperm to worm. Yes.
Yeah.
So it was interesting because you and I, we still haven't done our Pete tribute from the funny stuff.
I know we can't get to it.
Every time we do it, it's Stuttering John is around and kind of invading the territory with it. The fact that John is back. It gives more material, and it almost takes the pressure off of you too, because you've been kind of like in everyone, like you've had a little bit of a hand in all these podcast wars that it's now getting to a point where you're kind of getting the pressure taken off, and now they're crowning you. I saw a bunch of memes today. They were crowning the Mud Shark. And now that John's back of the picture, it's like now he's the target because you were taking it from everywhere, and it almost seems like perfect timing. So now that John's back and he's giving you, Shuli, Levy, I'm sure Kumi is probably going to do something today about it. Everybody's back in the Stuttering John business. As he said, he's making everybody else money.
And I just want to go ahead and say that right now. Like, people were saying I'm joining the pylon. If you know me and what I've been through my entire career, all the way beginning before Alan Cox with Maxwell, I've never been that guy. I'm not a pylon guy. I'm not. I always objectively look at things. If I like you, I like you. I've been friends with people that are just not like Chris D'Elia. People were all over Chris D'Elia, and I was the only one publicly speaking up for him. So I've never been that guy. The thing with John is he put me in a position where I had no other option. I mean, I was being
it affected you personally because you were just on his show, and then you and I. It was funny. We talked a couple of times over the weekend, and we're on the phone, and you said something along the lines of, let's start the clock when he starts hating on me that we're now going to be his enemy. And sure enough, that clock was pretty quick. It's pretty quick that turned around.
The day Pete from the Funny Stop died, which I want to get to, and some people are like, I don't want to talk about, I don't give a shit. They're talking about him being in the war and how Trump. So we're going to talk about our friend that died.
Is John basically saying that he's like pretty much a veteran too?
Yeah.
He's had to deal with all this bullshit from people.
I mean,
I'm like a war hero myself.
But what was your take? Because we didn't have any communication before I brought you on with John, because he kind of C-blocked Mondays with Mazer. But let me also remind everybody, John told me it's just going to be like an hour. He told me on an hour. So I was like, I got a show to do. And then I get on, and he goes, we'll go over to your channel at 2. I go, if you go back and watch, I go, 2 o'clock. Like I thought it was going to be an hour. Like, and we ended up doing a 3-hour program. And during that, he was just going on and on and on with the same shit. So I just started making fun of him, like, just, doing what I do, like anybody would do. And then you came on and you kind of picked up on that and you started fucking with them too. And it was just like, it was too easy.
It was fun because when you texted me, because I've got all my setup, or getting ready to talk about Pete from the Funny Stop passing away. And you send me a text about 5 minutes before, you're saying, John's holding me hostage right now. I'm like, all right, let me check this out. So I go to YouTube and I check out the live stream, because honestly, I had no idea John was back at that point. And it was contentious at the beginning because he was trying to be defensive, but also attacking at the same time. And so you said, how about we send my buddy Tony a link? And it kind of reinvigorated a little bit of the rest of the podcast. And we went like another hour and a half. Like, when is this over? Like, I actually started getting a little buzzed because I was doing those skull with John, and John's drinking cheap Coors, and I have like 2 IPAs with me. I'm like, I'm starting to feel a little bit. But that whole thing was just, you and I just kept fucking with him, and I was trying to teeter on not making it too obvious. Like, I know some of the people in the audience were like, all right, Mazer, you're getting the trolling is a little much. He's not retarded. Like,
but
he's not retarded.
But the one thing you can do that you were doing so well, and I did it early on, is when you play to his ego. It's almost like Perry. Like, you remember in Windy City Heat, you're like, you're the star. You're the star, yep. Perry. You do the exact same thing to John. He's like, yeah. You know what? You're right. I am. I start saying, dude, you were on the Tonight Show. You wrote a book. You were on Howard Stern. You were in the movie Airheads.
I did that to Perry when I was in Pottstown, and I was talking to Tom B and Jim Gray, and I was talking to them a little bit, and I said, I know how to play with Perry. I think a lot of people don't understand the universe. Like, I saw Kumia was over in the corner going like, what is this? He's just yelling like Sam Kinison. And I know how to play with it. So I went up to him and I was talking about, because since my mom's from Chicago, we started talking about that. And Perry, like, he was giving me a hug. And at some point, it's like there's a very, very fine line between kissing someone's ass and knowing how to play with that person where you can get to the direction and the destination you want. And the art of that is being able to put that in the audience where the audience doesn't know how to tell the difference between the two. So it was, so doing that to John, just by going like, John, I've been listening to you for 30 years. I did call screening myself, and, talk to us about One Too Many. Talk to us about, and when I mentioned the Pickwick Pub, I'm like, cause I know exactly what's going on with the Pickwick Pub. I've seen him walk out on tabs and stuff. That's why I had to ask him about it.
She's saying, Kenya's saying it's a straight up political stream over there right now. So yeah, if you guys want to go hear about how, the Republicans are awful and Trump sucks, go over there now. You're missing out. So there's just really no direction in the show, man. I was out of the John business last week, and I thought I'll go on his last show, and I talked about it. And soon as I was on a show, I go, oh, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. And I just started fucking with him because I was like, I'm never going to quietly leave John's life. It's just not going to happen. You can't just slip out the back door. It's got to be an explosion. It's got to blow up. That's why when I went to Uncle Rico yesterday, I was like, I'm not going to trash John. I'm just not going to. I'm going to tell him how he annoyed me about the money, how I called him a girl. He got upset about it the day Pete died. And I'm just going to tell him what happened. But the only thing remotely bad I said he was exhausting. And now he's on there saying I'm a criminal. I'm this, that. I go, well, 2 days ago I was your best friend. So what happened?
Yeah, well, you've said that about Kevin too. Is that with someone like Kevin, you can't get too close because you feel that it's just a ticking time bomb. It's going to be a matter of time that you're going to be on his enemy list. So you just what you've done. I think you've done this better than Brian McCarthy did, and Neil, and Lenny, I should say, is that everybody kind of has this falling out and it turns into a huge blow up. You're like, all right, I get what this is. I'll enjoy it. I'll ride it as long as I can. And then eventually my legs are going to get cut out and it's going to be fine, that you're not going to fall too hard. And you did that when you went back onto MLC 2 times.
Yeah.
And you 2 years ago, you had this big blow up, and then all of a sudden you did the George Costanza, where you could go back into the office after you quit on Friday, and it's like, here you are on Monday. You're like, is that Costanza over there?
Hey guys, if you're joining the show, hit subscribe, hit like, and get yourself a membership. Memberships get you free screen time, like Richard G. John forces you to burn the bridge because it's too much to deal with, allowing him to have access to the other side. Oh my goodness. I don't know. People were like, well, where are you going with this? There's no plan. And it's not selling out. It's just me doing my own thing. I still have the same enemies. I'm still not cool with Steel Toe. I'm still not cool with fucking Cardiff. I'm still not cool with fucking Gino. So
what about Carl from Rochester?
Well, I said I'm not really mad at him because, like, when my channel got struck 3 times by Kevin, he tried to help me out. I go, you didn't have to do that, but I don't think there's any animosity there. Carla
and Pocky.
Yeah. It's so fucking stupid.
I mean, it's the nicknames. That's what Trump does. Sleepy Joe and Crooked Hillary. And it's like, John, you're doing the same thing that Trump, you're the same person in a lot of ways.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. That's why the podcast wars of 2023 have been crazy. All right. So let's switch gears real quick. For the people, if you guys want to talk, we're going to talk about Pete from the Funny Stop, comedy club owner in Northeast Ohio, who blew the fuck up. He was great to all the comics, and fortunately he passed away. He's a dear friend of mine. I know him my whole career. So you went to the funeral, right?
I did. I went to the wake and the funeral.
Yeah.
And,
how was it?
It was, well, I mean, the joke I made, because how can you not make jokes? How can you not make jokes out of a comedy club owner who suddenly passes away? Yeah, there's going to be not a lot of dry eyes, but at the same time you go like, okay, you have a funeral. Do I need to bring 5 people? Is there a 2-drink minimum? Is there a merch table with a QR code in the back in the vestibule? So those jokes just had to come to mind. It's not every day that somebody who's a friend of yours that you've known for a long time, that's a comedy club owner, and then he passed away. And how can you not make some kind of a joke or something about it? But yeah, that was the thing about Pete was one thing that we were talking about over the weekend, and with some of the comics, we're all of us working comics that were able to have Friday and Saturday off. Those comedy clubs and those comedy club owners kind of went away by the 90s after the big comedy boom, and that the comedy clubs became so corporate with the Improvs and the Funny Bones and the Laugh Factories and the Comedy Zones that you didn't have your local neighborhood comedy club anymore. Those all closed shop in like 1992. So you finally had somebody like Pete who stuck around. And that's what was great about it, is it had that 1980s Rodney Dangerfield special, Robert Klein vibe at that club. And I got to say, after the funeral, we went back to the comedy club because they had the luncheon and stuff like that. And one of the comics said that he still saw Pete's glasses in that corner of the bar where he always sat, where he was looking at his phone, scrolling through Twitter and fighting with people on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't see that, because I probably would have been a little bit more emotional. But it was it was sad, but also at the same time, you just go like, how can you not make some kind of some light on it?
Hey guys, if you are watching right now, we're switching gears. We're going to talk about Pete for a little bit. We're going to go members only. So if you don't have a membership, get one now. If you want to, we're going to talk some different. But if not, that's fine too. I'm gonna switch over right now. But thank you for listening. Thank you for David Chandler. Thank you to everybody that was tuning in for the Snipe stream. This might become a regular thing. Stay tuned, but I can't handle him and Army Major talk about politics.
Can you make a T-shirt that says "Podcast War Veteran"?
That's not bad. I definitely got to get Hypocrisy Police shirts made and put up in the store ASAP just to piss them off.
Mr. Horton's Bike Shop, which, by the way, I watched that episode last week, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it on the podcast.
All right, we're going memberships only, guys, if you want to jump in the chat. Thank you. All right. So, yeah, now we're members only.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at this. This is
Hello,
VIP.
friend.
VIP. So anyways, check your PP. Hold on. Let me check the PP. While I'm doing that, Tony, get your plugs in right away.
Yes, it's patreon.com/Tony Mazer. I'm going to do my own Pete tribute. I was trying to and just got distracted today. So we're doing this today and then a couple more podcasts coming out tomorrow. So if you want to subscribe, patreon.com/Tony Mazer for you fine folks who want to hear politics.
Oh,
what do you want about Trump?
Wait, what happened? Where did everybody? Everybody's gone. What happened?
Well, it's members only. Because you had the riffraff, the hoi polloi in there because of the more public stream.
Oh, players only.
Players only.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just okay. It's just members only. We're good. It's all channels. We're good. Yeah, people are still here. I don't know what I'm doing. Politics are the worst. Let's play a little from the news. There it is. Let's play this video from Channel 5. I don't know if you've seen this, Tony.
Channel 5.
I'm not sure if you saw this video or not, but this gives you a good idea who Pete was, and it has Florentine and Dave Landau in the video. I came across this. Have you seen this yet, Tony?
I have, but let's play for the audience.
Our mission
Hold on.
is
After the ad.
That's what sucks. I wish this was on YouTube, or is it?
There is one on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, well, let's just go with this one.
When did Alf have a talk show?
Alf had a talk show?
Yeah.
Interesting.
2004. Somebody just tagged me in something. I'm like, wait, Alf had a talk show?
My Twitter's going through the fucking roof. I've been getting. I've had more tweets the past 2 days than anywhere. All right, let's tune in. Here we go. Sorry for the. I wish I had this propped up and ready to go.
The family of Pete Barricat, the co-owner of the Funny Stop, announced his passing this week at the age of 65.
News 5's John Kosick has more on the man and the lives he touched.
A sign on the door of the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls lets patrons know that on this Wednesday, there will be no open mic night following the passing of the club's co-owner, Pete Barricat. That's a shame, says comedian Dave Landau, because he says Pete loved nothing more than giving aspiring young comics a shot while testing their mettle.
He actually heckled the comedians on stage, which I found pretty amazing. And it actually ended up being part of his charm and part of the reasons why I ended up loving him.
A native of Lebanon who came to the U.S. in 1979, Barricat purchased the Akron Comedy Club.
Is that Kevin Brennan?
2000.
It was.
Charlie Wiener has known Pete from the beginning of this journey in comedy.
He was of the old group of comedy club owners that had personality, and the club reflected that personality. And as corporations took over all the comedy clubs, there were so few left that actually had a Pete, and he was like one of the last.
As news of Barricat's passing made its way through the comedy world, it hit former headliners like Jim Florentine hard.
You know, and all the club owners, this one's going to hurt the most that we lost, because Pete and his family and his wife are just such great people.
Florentine tells us the time his early morning Uber failed his show to take him to the airport, and he was about to miss a flight.
And he picked up the phone. He goes, "I'll be there in 6 minutes." Just woke up out of bed and drove me to the airport. No club owner ever would do that.
A heart not often seen by the young comics.
If he sort of liked you, it was always like, "Oh, Tommy Thompson's here. You suck. You're terrible." And that just meant that he thought you were pretty good. And then if he didn't like you, he just said that he hated you.
I remember a young open micer coming to me, goes, "I don't think Pete likes me." I said, "Why not?" He goes, "He yells at me all the time." I go, "That means he likes you."
He gave the budding comedians confidence.
Hey, it's Kuya.
Gave Wiener something
Gino.
he didn't have.
Don.
Comedy, you're supposed to have a home club. I never had a home club. And Pete always told me, he goes, this is your home. So, I mean, it meant a lot to me.
In Cuyahoga Falls, John Cossack, News 5.
Rest in peace, Pete. Great.
There you have it.
Funny Stop, Pete. If you're a fan of Mondays with Mazer or Sit Down Zumock, Pete's been on the podcast. In fact, I'm going to dig up the audio and put it out there on Patreon so you guys can listen, because I know I have it somewhere. When did we do that podcast? You remember? Was it with
2016?
Who was on it?
I think it was you and Mike Polk and Joe Howard.
Okay, I gotta. This James wants to know, how did Pete die? Can you explain that, Tony?
Brain aneurysm. So what happened was, so Dan Brown, who's a local headliner here, he's now a headliner. He was a longtime feature and MC. He was doing a show last Saturday, and around close to midnight, Pete got rushed to the hospital. And they said something happened. Then you and I talked on Sunday that he was on life support and that the family didn't want it public until eventually that they made it public on Wednesday. But he had passed away Monday night. And eventually his brother, Tony, posted about Pete dying on, I think it was like right around midnight on Wednesday. So we're like, all right, there's our cue that we can put our Pete tributes out there on social media. But it was a brain aneurysm. And I mean, let's be honest, Pete was not the healthiest individual in the world. He had had a myriad of health problems over the years. So when I had heard he was going to the hospital, I'm like, well, I mean, he's had knee replacements. I think he had a colostomy bag for a little bit, but it was like, all right, well, it honestly, it's surreal, because going back to the club without him there, with his whole family, with other comics, just no Pete. And the fact that his glasses, I guess, were at the end of that bar was really, really just like, I'm still kind of in shock over it. It's a surreal moment that's going on right now. And he meant a lot to me, and his family meant a lot to me as well, and helped me get through a very odd transition period in my life. Not me turning into a woman, of course, but trying to figure out where I was going with my life, with my career, and potential hobby, or I was going to launch a comedy career. I didn't know where I was going to be in 2014, but I thank them for giving me a home and believing in me and being able to put me up and put a couple of bucks in my pocket. And when I say a couple of bucks, I mean a couple of bucks.
Literally a couple of dollars, nothing. I know, it just sucks. It's sad. I mean, I'm going home this week. I'm going to be flying home on Wednesday. I got a show this Thursday in Medina at the Corkscrew, wherever I did that show, 7 years ago. It was a lot of fun. And I'm going to be visiting you. I'm going to be visiting family, friends, but I'm stopping at the Funny Stop on Friday. Tammy Pescatelli's going to be there, so I might do a guest set, but I just want to see everybody because I couldn't make it home for the funeral. So I'll be there on Friday. Crumb Bum was in the chat going, did you go to the funeral? No, I did not go to the funeral. It just didn't I feel bad about it, but it just didn't really make sense since I'm already going there.
It was a quick turnaround because I didn't know when I was messaging you and I was talking to a couple other comics who they would have loved to have been there. Like Florentine was texting me, said he'd love to be there, but just couldn't make it. Although Florentine's going to be in Columbus next Saturday.
That's right.
But he's one. Yeah. I don't know how I found that.
There's me and Pete, and there's Pete's glasses that Tony saw.
Those are the glasses, the smudged glasses. But a lot of people wanted to come in. It's just, when you're out of town, you're working. It was tough, but there's going to be a lot of questions going forward as far as a comedy club. And, the reason we're talking about it and the reason we have so many is what you heard from that clip with Charlie Wiener is you don't have those personalities anymore. When you are in the, Dave Stroop books you to do a Funny Bone or whatever, and you're across the country, you're not really you're dealing with a corporation. It's kind of like when House of Blues wants to make their venue very gritty, like, we're making it seem like it's an old dive bar or CBGB's, but it's the most corporate, forced thing in the world. And that's kind of, no offense to the Funny Bones and stuff, but I've done the Funny Bone in Toledo. It looks like it looks like you're at the Cheesecake Factory. It's just way too corporate. It doesn't have a good feel to it. And when you go to these more B rooms like a Funny Stop, there's just way more charm to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things where, honestly, I was thinking about it. I think I wrote maybe 80% of my stand-up act on that stage because I could just go up there freely and run my mouth and without any direction. I'm just like I would work jokes out on stage on the fly. I was that comfortable at that venue, at that club. So for me, it has a special meaning, not just for that, so many memories. But I want to read this. Gino Babina says, get Tammy on, Chad. She was Stut Joe's co-host and has amazing stories. So Tammy Pescatelli used to do a podcast with Stuttering John. That's
how long ago was that? I have no recollection of this.
It was when John first got off. The Howard Stern show. I guess Westwood One picked him up, and Tammy was actually on the podcast.
Oof. Well, no, sure. I mean, we'll see Tammy this weekend.
You can thank David Chandler.
But how's it going to feel that you go to the funny stop and you don't hear "fuck you, Chad Zumock"? Fuck you.
I hope somebody recorded that and put it on their soundboard. That would have been nice.
Fuck! I got the Funny Stop Comedy Club, 35 years. Cuyahoga Falls. For your headliner, he on Alan Cox. It's Chad fucking Zumock. I mean, it's just what I'm gonna miss it. Or anytime you just go like, "Yeah, thank you, Pete, for whatever the fuck you just said," it'd be like, "Fuck you, Chad Zumock."
Listen, this show was kind of sloppy because I started off as a stream snipe. We were supposed to do a tribute to Pete. I'm gonna stream snipe MLC today. Just curious to see what's going on. But Tony, what are your plugs one more time? I'm sorry to close it out so quickly.
No, it's okay. Patreon.com/Tony Mazer again, and free podcast goes out every week. I'm going to do my own Pete tribute show that'll be on the free platforms, including YouTube and Rumble and all the podcast stuff on Wednesday. But if you want to subscribe, you get that a day early at patreon.com/TonyMazur.
Well, thank you so much for the contributions. I will be back at 4:00 with Mud Shark Loves Misery. And for Tony Mazer, I'm the Z-Man. We will talk to you very soon. Have a good one. Good night, everybody. Let's